Hello, Dumelang, Sanbonani, Molueni, and a warm welcome to the Maths Genius video tutorial series brought to you by SABC Education. In these tutorials, we help you unleash the mathematical genius in you by showing you key mathematical concepts and how you can master them for success like a true genius.
Today we're going to be talking about mathematics as a language. So we'll just use language as an analogy to explain how you should understand mathematics. So maths is a language of numbers and symbols, and the combination of those to actually come up with a meaningful language that you can use to manipulate numbers and use to solve problems. So how is it like that? So here I've got mathematics and here I've got language. So take any language like English language, Afrikaans, Sesotho, Setswana, any language. As you know that any language has got an alphabet. That is the fundamental building blocks of any language, right? So like English, for example, has got 24 letters of the alphabet, which are A, B, C, D, E, up to Z, right? So with these letters, we can play around with them to actually formulate the language. So if mathematics is a language, then what is the alphabet for mathematics, right? What is the alphabet for mathematics? Now, for mathematics, the alphabet is the number line, right? 0, -1, -2, 1, 2, 3. All the real numbers form part of the alphabet. But now you find that because maths is not just a language of numbers, it's also a language of symbols. So the number line plus the symbols will give you the full alphabet for mathematics. The symbols, which are plus, minus, times, divided, alpha, gamma, all those Greek languages, or Greek symbols, right? All those languages. So think of the symbols and the numbers. Together we have the alphabet for mathematics. So I'll just put another column here so that I can do this and say alphabet. Right. So we have established the fact that language is an alphabet which is A, B, C, D. Mathematics is an alphabet which is numbers and symbols. Right. Now once you've got an alphabet, you can play around with the letters to come up with words, right? So what words can we come up with? For example, here we can play around with letters and then come up with a word. Say for example, cat. We've taken 3 letters from the alphabet and joined them together. It's more like if you're doing programming, it's called concatenating the different letters and putting them together, right? Same thing. Here in mathematics, we can come up with words, right? So let's say, for example, we get a real number, -2, right? -2, and then we say plus 3x, where 3x is another real number, right? Where x is an unknown variable, right? X can be any value. So don't worry, don't be intimidated by the x, but we're just saying this is a real number. So we're saying 3, in fact, let's take out the x so that you don't get confused. Let's just use it like this, right? -2 plus 3 will give you 1. So in other words, we have taken 2 letters from the mathematical alphabet and we've joined them together by this symbol, and we've got a word. This is a word that came out from joining 2 letters. Now, if we extend it and use the x's, right, to say -2x plus 3, this is also a mathematical word, meaning that we have joined this part and this part using the symbol. So all we're doing is we're taking numbers and we're taking symbols and we're using them to come up with mathematical statements or mathematical words, just like in English, right? Once you've got words, you can now even go further and come up with sentences and essays, just like in English, just like in Afrikaans, in Sesotho and Tswana. For example, the cat is feeding. This is just a combination of letters that have been formed into words, and now they are a sentence, right? Same thing in mathematics. This is the alphabet. You can play around joining, using different operations, the plus, minus, times, divided by, all those operations to come up with words. And then those words, you can come up with mathematical sentences, right? So what kind of a mathematical sentence can we come up with? Like, for example, x plus 2 is equal to 3. This is a sentence. And for you to understand mathematics, it's always good to try and take this mathematical sentence and put it into your language that you understand. That is one of the most critical things when trying to understand mathematics. So if I was to read this sentence in English, it would say, I have some number and I added 3 and my final result was 3. Sorry, I added 2 and my final result was 3. So what is that number? So can you see that this is actually a sentence, but only that it's written in a different language, which is mathematics. So the way that you learn a language is the same way you should actually learn mathematics. A language can only be fully understood through practice, continuous practice, because the more you speak a language, the more you're proficient at it. And also, the other thing is for you to verbalize it whilst doing. When you're doing mathematics, it's not a passive subject, it's an active subject, whereby you actually have to take it and translate it into a language that you understand. So, when you're reading any maths question, understand it. And the best way of understanding it is by paraphrasing and putting it in a language that you understand. So, from today, you should know that mathematics is also a language. Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Unleash your mathematical genius today. If you have any maths questions, you can post them for free on www.mathsgenius.co.za or email them to info@mathsgenius.co.za.